Hey everyone, this is Baron Grutter with the Blue Sky Bio Academy. Just want to make a quick video to clear up some confusion some people have encountered with some metal guide tubes that haven't been fitting properly. I'd seen a couple people talk about it, but honestly I hadn't experienced it myself, so it was hard to really say for certain what it was that people were experiencing. Until this last Thursday, I had a case where I printed my guide the Wednesday night, came to the office on Thursday, and had a case first thing in the morning and found that my guide tube would not fit. And in this case, it was actually this molar implant over here, the premolar implant. This is actually an undersized osteotomy, but anyway, this guide tube fit just fine, but it was the one on this side that didn't work. So I wanted to kind of talk about what it was in my experience, what caused it, and what I believe this to be the problem with some other people as well, because I've seen this happen before. I've just kind of caught it. Anyway, if you look at the guide tubes, when I first turned these on, you can see how the guide tube itself is quite thick, and it actually goes to the edge of where the drill stop will be. First of all, if you ever see that, know that something's probably not right. Unfortunately, I think this is just a little I don't want to say problem with the software, but it's the way it's coming up originally. And you'll know when it's correct, and I'll show you in just a moment. But if I also look over at this implant, you can see that it's very wide here and thin up here. If you see a stagger, that's what you're looking for. So in this case over here, I have actually adjusted the offset from 9mm to 11 to bring it higher above the tissue. Long story, this implant over here is a bit of a Hail Mary. I won't go into the details on that, but the point is I've actually changed the settings. But one thing I didn't realize or didn't think to check, which I've always just done out of habit, is I didn't click this box, direct cut settings for printed guide. If you watch what happens when I click this button, first of all, the appearance here is what I want you to watch, but also the diameter here is 4.95. So if you watch this while I click this button, you see a dramatic change. Now, we know that this 9mm I had intentionally changed to 11. So now is back to closer to where it was, but you see that step. What you also will see down here is the measurement. It went from 4.95 to 5.4. Well, if we go to the actual parts list and we look at what guide tube it wanted, it wants a 5.3 by 468 on the inside. Well, anyway, that 5.3 is meant to nestle inside that 5.4 printed tube. If you have what was previously, if I hit, undo a couple times, 4.95, that metal sleeve is never going to fit in there. So, or in my case, I had to ream it out manually to get it to fit. And it worked out. I was able to save the case, but certainly not something you want to encounter the day of. And that added probably 20 minutes of tinkering to get it just right. So anyway, however, if you look at this implant over here, you'll see that it's got that thick, not quite right look to it. But this size, 4.5, if I click the button, 4.5 remains the same, but the difference is up here. Once again, if you didn't watch that, I'm going to hit Control Z. Just watch the appearance. The only thing that changes is the outside diameter of the printed tube. So in a sense, since I didn't click the box, which I always do, and if you watch both implants down here, when I click it, they both get adjusted. So when I'm done typically planning a case, I will click that button and then I'll start messing with the offsets as necessary. That's why I guess I've never encountered it. I've known it to be a problem because I've known that these would change, but I've always just out of habit clicked that button. But I don't think that's real intuitive to everyone. And I think it's probably, I would consider it a flaw, something that hopefully can be worked out in the software. I'm sure the Blue Sky Bio guys will get that squared away for us. But for now, just know that when you're done planning your implants, go ahead and click this button and then adjust your offsets as needed. So like I said, for this case, for this one over here, I'd have to go back and change this to 11 because that's not a default number. And so now I'm back to where I need to be, and everything should be just fine on the printed guide. Yeah, so just want to give you guys a heads up. That's I think that's possibly the solution to some of your problems, maybe not all of them. Let me know if this helps you out. All right, thanks.